All right. I may have talked about this very little, but I'm going to expand on it now. Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to Minds Behind the Music. I am your host, LA. Today is another installment of working on your voice so it does not sound like this. Now, for today's topic, I want to talk about warming up, like vocal warm ups, and different types of ways you can, prepare yourself for whenever you have a gig where you're going to sing or when you want to practice, which I am planning to practice um, after I'm going to go meet with my band uh, later in the day. So, just for any necessities like that. What I sometimes like to do, uh, just for the hell of it, is make these noises like kind of like a kind of thing. And sometimes I do it to melodies, and I do it to other types of just anything, maybe like horn sections of songs, like what do you call it? Just You and Me by Chicago. And it could be like anything like that, just any type of noise. I wouldn't, do that around people because it'll probably get annoying. But like if you're if you're ever in a car, like driving and you're listening to music and you want to warm up vocally, one way that I always like to do that, and I've learned this from one of my vocal coaches, is the like that kind of thing, and it actually helps. It helps open up your voice a lot more. Um, Another thing that you could always do is take your hand like this, and you do your voice like, or if you want to go lower, you could use a lower scale, maybe like C major. As long as just make sure you're not feeling like, you got to feel tension between your teeth as well when you're doing it, like something like this, and try like a fist. Just kind of helps, open yourself up. Right. Another thing that I've learned about, warming up or vocalizing, like vocal warm ups, is it actually helps with your range. It helps with your vocal range. I actually have a video to show you guys in regards to that. It is increase your vocal range in a week. I know I'm guilty of not warming up as often as I should and not, practicing, but whenever I get the chance, I usually like to, just do little things here and there, like, the scales. I'm not always on the piano, so I'm always just doing subtle things to help warm up. But I saw this video a while back and I felt it was very helpful. Shout out to Superior Singing. I'll put the link to the video in the description, but this is what they have to say.
Hey, Aaron here with Superior Singing Method, and this is increase vocal range in a week. Okay, increased vocal range in a week. I mean, let's be honest, you're probably not going to increase your vocal range like an octave in a week, but a note or two, yeah, I actually think that you can. Here's my first question for you. Do you do vocal exercises, warm-up exercises daily? If you're like most of my students or just most people in this world, you probably don't do them every day. Maybe you do them from time to time. You're checking YouTube and you kind of do it here and there, maybe before a gig or whatever. But here's what I want to challenge you to do something. I'll get there in a minute. First thing I want you to do is go to a guitar or a piano or any instrument that you have in the house. And I want you to check what is the note that you sing right now? Like what is kind of at the top of your range? Like, whatever it is up top there, and I'm not talking about a note that you strain to it. nothing that sounds. What is like a nice strong note that you can sing with plenty of breath support, but it's at the top of your range. So I want you to check what that is. I want you to write it down, and then I want you to commit to doing just one exercise for the next 7 days, but make sure you do it every single day. And what I want you to do is I want you to do the exercise for about 2.5 minutes. This is 7 days in a row. And then I want you to go back and check it on that instrument and see what your highest note is at that point. Okay, you ready for the exercise? It's woo and wee. And the woos, I want you to do the woos up and the wheeze down. And you can actually intermingle. You can do woos up and down, wheeze up and down. But just for the sake of this video and this exercise, do the woos up and the wheeze down. So it's going to be woo 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 wee 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 wee. And then take a breath. You're going again from the bottom of your range to the top of your range. You're not straining, but you're just doing it nice to the from the bottom to the top and helping expand that range. So you let's try it again. Take a breath and then do it again and do it for 2.5 minutes straight. If you're about to pass out, stop for a few minutes. That's fine, no big deal. And then you can just pick it back up again. Remember, every day, but for only 7 days. Then I want you to go back and check and see what note that you're at, because it's going to take a little bit of consistency. Be reaching your dreams as a singer and becoming a great singer and increasing your range. All these things are great. They're possible, and they're possible for you too, not just for people that were born with talent. You know that's not what I don't believe that you have to be born with talent. You just have to have a little bit of tenacity, know the right exercises, and move toward the goals that you want. So anyway, that's what I want for you. Also, click the link below because I've got my other favorite exercises down there and just a lot of really great free resources for you. So click the link below and I'll see you next time.
All right, so that's definitely a very insightful way to look at it. how I how I look at it is, when you hit the higher notes, it is more of like a, instead of the yee, I do the ooh, which I've mentioned in previous exercises. I believe I mentioned the last time with falsetto, like that kind of stuff. And it's the mouth exercises are what really helps strengthen your voice. And one way that I like to do it is the "ee-oo, ee, ee-oo, ee, ee, ee-oo, ee," and so forth. That kind of thing where you move your mouth around, that actually helps you, it helps you get comfortable, and it helps you recognize what notes you have to hit. Another another thing that I usually like to do is the breathing, like I mentioned. My If you have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or whichever, they probably have different breathing exercises that you can do. I like to count, like I mentioned in one of the first few maintaining your voice slash range videos, is to have like hold the breath for a few counts. I would say for now hold it for 8, which is like, and just so forth. Try to see how long you could go by holding your breath. Um, if you have an Apple Watch or just anything that, helps you with breathing exercises, definitely do that, because that's very helpful, very vital, and a lot of the a lot of the exercises, it'll help open your voice up more, because breathing is one of the most important parts of your singing. It's probably the most important part of your singing, which I am always against smoking, vaping, or juuling or anything like that. Um, if you smoke, vape, or juul, that's your choice. I prefer not to do it, and I don't think it's good for your voice, and especially because especially since it affects your breathing. So keep that in mind. But there's some there's even a few examples of, people that didn't take their voice for granted, that have probably done these exercises, like Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind and Fire. I think he's one of the many cases in which his voice got better with age, and I have no doubt in my mind that he's gone and done a lot of the big research. Another good person for talking about increasing their vocal range, check out Ken Tamplin's Vocal Academy. He has a lot of good warm ups and all that other stuff. But these warm ups in particular are ones that, you don't have to go to a piano, you don't have to go to a guitar for. You could just do, you could just kind of do on your own. And believe it or not, talking is a good warm up. What I'm doing to you guys right now, that's a good warm up. Talking. Don't exert yourself obviously when you're talking, but if you really want a good warm up, or you want to make sure you're ready, just talking and all that other stuff, talking helps a great deal. And mostly a lot of these warm ups are mostly just like last minute kind of warm ups that you can take to consideration. The scales, I would obviously advise you to go to a piano or go to an instrument that would be able to do scales. Like you could even strum guitar chord and just go up the scale of the scales degrees of that chord that you're strumming, or uh, just any major scale. Hell, if you want to go further with it, you could try minor scales. You could try harmonic minor, melodic minor. Experiment with it, because that'll actually get you into the exercise of wanting to warm your voice up, wanting to practice properly, practice notation, practice how to sustain the notes and when to shift. Um, I know that Bobby McFerrin, uh, in one of the videos when he was talking about the Bach prelude, one of his what he brought up that the like that kind of thing can actually help you with your voice too. It helps you practice scales. It helps more theory based stuff that can help you in your voice. Um, Definitely check out Bach preludes if you know a decent amount of sight reading. I would advise checking Bach preludes, or better yet, you can just search them on YouTube, the, um, find how they sound, and try to emulate them with your voice. I wouldn't say, if you can't do it note for note, you could even try like singing an octave down, singing an octave up if it's too low. Just that kind of stuff that helps your voice. Just it'll get you in the loop of wanting to warm up, wanting to prepare your voice if you have a show, or if you're going to practice with your band, or you're going to practice in general. That always is a decent thing. But there's different levels to this. If you have, you don't think you have a lot of time to practice scales, if you get lazy, which I'm guilty of sometimes, just uh just do some of the like this kind of thing, kind of like a horse. Think of a horse when you're doing it, like the like that, like the sound the horse makes. But go further with that. Try see how long you can hold that, because that helps you figure out, um that helps you open up your voice a decent amount. And like I said with this, that helps just um sometimes try and sustain a scale or note scale, like um with your voice, like a ooh, or different vowels out there really really make a difference. The vowels that you pronounce, like yee, ooh, ah, ooh, yee. Take to consideration how the vowels sound, and that'll be one way to it. But there's a lot to take to consideration with this. um many different possibilities, and definitely go out and explore whichever you can. But the two things to keep in mind are those horse sounds and the just do it in any different key. I wouldn't suggest, driving, do it while doing it while you're driving, but maybe do it while you're, while you're still at the house, still at your place. You're not doing anywhere where you would risk, like, losing breath and passing out, because I don't want any of you to cause any accidents behind the wheel. But definitely take those two to consideration. If you're feeling lazy, you don't want to go on a piano and do like like that kind of choir type warm up. But if there's anything else that you would like to hear, any other warm ups that you know of, that you find helpful, definitely put it down in the comments section. There's so many other possibilities that I probably haven't explored and probably will explore in later videos, but put it down in the comments section if I missed any. But that's about it. Guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. If you want to see any updates regarding live streams, check out Instagram at LA Perez Works. There's always updates on my Instagram story, so keep on the lookout for that. And if any of you are feeling generous, Cash App $Louis ATM 929. Um, I any You don't have to contribute, but if you want to, you're feeling generous, you want to donate $1, $5, anything that I would use to contribute to the podcast, that is greatly appreciated. But guys, I will see you next time. I will probably have a new stream out for you next Monday, so keep on the lookout for that. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and as always, stay tuned.